For those tuning in for the game between Conflicted versus Team Verum, we are still waiting for a couple of players to join the server. Still hasn't started yet, but we will get started in just a little bit. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll be on within the next 3 minutes or so. Ladies and gentlemen, how are you guys doing? It's been a little while, right? It's been a couple of days, but Team Verum is back on stream and they're back in action. day 2, or match day 2, for the boys of Team Verum facing off against tonight Conflicted. My name is UpMind, and I'll be here for the next hour, bringing you guys this best of 1 action for ESEA Advanced Season 36. Should be a fun time, and if I'm not mistaken, the round is already underway. Ah! Gotta go. No music. Gotta go. And I do understand that the HUD is actually incorrect. And, I mean, I can't even talk about the round. Verum, actually, they are on the T side. You had Conflicted actually having, if I'm not mistaken, 3 players over towards the banana area. And, well, not much else to be said. Or a couple of frags that could have been had, but instead, it ends up being a smattering of them for Team Verum. So you have Ram on site, the last person remaining, getting taken down. So there you go. There's our round, folks. No, everything should be right. Apologize for the late start, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, both teams were taking a little bit of time to actually join on in, but I also do apologize for the technical difficulties starting things off. But let's talk. Both Conflicted and Team Verum are 1-0 on the season, starting off with wins in their respective games. Team Verum taking away a moderately easy win, still very much contested in a sense against Team Hyper. But Team Conflicted, a lot more tight of a game in a sense. It ended up going into double overtime, their game against UIU. But even then, Team Conflicted ended up winning out their battle. So instead now, you have two teams who have had pretty decent starts, but really needs to be some separation, doesn't there? Team Verum, with a lot of momentum going into this season. I mentioned this before, but I'll say it again. Touted beforehand, or before the season started, Counter Nature, the advanced / semi-professional reporting website or news website for Counter-Strike, said that Team Verum are within the top 3 teams going into this season in terms of power ranking. So I'm very much excited to see if that actually goes through, but hello, Hermione. Actually able to get himself or herself too. Again, with the name Hermione, I don't exactly know. Funny thing is, I actually ended up going to Universal Orlando just about a week and a half ago. Actually, with another advanced player, Florence. We had a fun time. We checked out a lot of the Harry Potter stuff. Again, not exactly a big Harry Potter guy, but I think the only things that I know is like Expelliarmus and like whatever. I'm not a man of culture, is what I'm trying to say. Really no magic needs to be done this round. No wizardry. Purely because Team Verum, they have more than enough of a buy to really overwhelm these players. It's double banana and a little bit of a crossfire. Nico PZ was looking out for really anti-flash. Couldn't really get anything done. Last 3 players for Conflicted. Chilling around, most of them with deagles, but So Dream goes for the white peak. He's going to end up going down. One last person remaining is going to be Hermione now in a 1v4, or 1v5. Actually picks up yet another kill with that 5-7. So now 3 kills just on that little upgraded pistol. But Mirth takes Hermione down, so that's going to be a 3-0 start with a rifle round coming up. Bem-vindos pros brasileiros que chegaram aqui no stream. Para aqueles que não sabem, sim, eu sou brasileiro, mas eu estou transmitindo hoje e narrando em inglês. Mas muito obrigado pelo apoio. Thank you guys so much for the support. I said in Portuguese that today's broadcast is being brought to you in English. Yes, I am Brazilian, so I understand what you guys are saying in chat. Tamo juntos, gente. Muito obrigado. Now, a big round coming up. Team Verum, with actually a little bit more of an investment that I would like to really see them go for. Ajax. However, he was the one with the bulk of the cash, and he ended up dropping his teammate a rifle and actually buying himself a MAC-10, which is smart money management, but really the rest of the team, they have to follow through. Ajax, great turn. He now has control is short, and Subarashi gets the kill onto Hermione. Hermione gets nothing from it, and instead, it's just a smattering of kills for the boys of Verum. So Dream was already spotted over towards... Oh no, already spotted over towards Boiler, and there you go. It's just a cleanup, as now it's just... it's just now in a 1v5. I was about to say it's just, like, blank, but that name catches me off guard. I hate it. Might be like a shortening of the name Justin or something of the sort. But just now, 1v5. Could be able to get himself a couple of exits. But not really going to matter, as Team Conflicted are in a pretty rough position in terms of economy. Going to be able to not exactly reinvest, go for a half buy more like. Wanted to thank Bolinha GTI 52 for the follow here on Verum. Thank you guys so much for the support. Again, this is the second broadcast on the channel. We hope to bring you a whole lot more action as the ESEA advanced season continues. Ajax over in mid. Oh, from up top, just that sneaky. Nobody else in second mid is going to be able to trade that one back, so instead now Conflicted, now in a two-man advantage with no rifles, however. They weren't able to pick any of them up. They might be able to, though, over towards second mid if they actually want to go towards it, but instead Team Verum making their way through. Is this... Oh my god, it is double sandwich, but it doesn't work out in their favor. Subarashi and Jonesy, however, there for the trade. Still going to be a 2-on-3. Two players coming in from the CT area. With one in Banana, about to make his peak. This is massive. Jonesy hasn't been spotted, so instead now, Jonesy can take on this battle against Hermione. Hermione, that's massive. 1v2. First shot coming in from Mills, and it doesn't matter. Hermione, 5 kills, all with a 5-7. And this one just so happens to be the moneymaker. I mentioned that we weren't exactly expecting any wizardry or any magic or something of the sort from Hermione, especially with a 5-7, but indeed we do. The sidearm comes up big, and Team Verum, they got knocked down a peg. As we move on into the next round, thank you so much to Vinny or Vinty, Vin1Y, something of the sorts, for the follow of this channel. We have some boys in the chat. Shoutouts to A, shoutouts to Runners, and even Last. Hello, Last. Hello, buddy. This is a weird boost over towards mid, trying to get on top of the smoke. But instead, now look at this position in Banana. Double up deep. And it does actually work out in their favor in terms of an early frag. So risky to actually go for it. More importantly, though, double op setup for Team Conflicted as, oh my! So Dream, what on earth? Missing out on that first frag onto Ajax, and Ajax flicks on it with a Might of Zeus. 180 of the century, and he might be able to get this one tap, and indeed, takes him a while with a couple of tip taps, but it just works out in his favor in the end. Ram. Now making his way through, might be able to take down Ajax. Ajax down to 2 HP, actually. Trying to run on away, and Mills has the angle. Gets the first shot in. Nico PZ, last person remaining in a 1v3. Some damage being done to Mirth, but he's down and out for the count. Team Conflicted, they had more than enough advantage going into that round, but it's just Ajax, isn't it? Thank you so much to Laz and Rain for checking in on the stream and dropping a follow. So this round, still a lot of ramifications. Team Conflicted. They still have the double op setup, and it's massive early on as Ram actually goes for the peek in Banana. Snags the shot, and what on... I said double op setup. This is a triple. Why are there 3 ops? I mean, this is unexpected to say the least. And more unexpected, how the hell did Mills actually get the kill? Not the kill, but the shot earlier, but Ajax! Clean through the smoke! 3 players over towards the A sites. I am jumbling my words at the moment. But this round just might be done and dusted if Conflicted can't hold down where Team Verum supposedly is going. That's the B site. It's wide open. And even Mirth looking out for a couple of rotates. The double op now over towards that A site that was there since the beginning. Still alive and might be saving, and indeed they are. Justin Sodream alongside Nico PZ. They went... I don't know what they tried to go for. You barely ever see a double op setup, and of course, the triple op in just regulation this early into a round, like no pug or anything of the sort. They're not in the lead. That was a tactical decision, which wasn't exactly expected. Still gotta give respect to it, but they're very prominent in terms of exits. They actually need to snag him, though. Just around the corner, AK gets pulled out, trying to chase Jonesy. I mean, this team just needs these exits. They want to get rid of these AWPs ASAP. So Dream all the way back into Arch, and he's going to survive. Last thing, I gotta unrust my CSGO commentary at some point. Don't think I'll remember a single call out. Yeah, that happens. That happens a lot. Especially with right now, with doing a lot of Valorant. You forget pretty easily. Pistols, ladies and gentlemen, for Team Conflicted. What? Hey, how does that work? I have no clue. How does it spray through the smoke works? Hey, I have less of a clue. Jonesy, how on earth does he nail both players in one clip at 2 separate times? So now Team Verum making their way over towards the B sites. Jonesy take control of Grill, trying to clear sight bit by bit alongside his teammate Ajax, but more importantly, hello Just making his way through with the Deacon. Oh my god! That's just nasty! And through the smoke, So Dream! Round after round, highlight play by highlight play. We're getting some banger rounds between both of these squads. Conflicted, how in the world do they eco Team Verum twice? The pure definition of smoke criminal. A beautiful flash through the smoke, and they knew exactly where to go. Just, you gotta be kidding me with that Wandig. There's a massive interaction in mid. Mills looking out for a peek, and he's going to get it. That opens up so much space. You actually need to take advantage of it, though, but Ram, you gotta feel for him. Gets caught in a molly. He tries to go aggressive. Jonesy's right in the smoke, essentially waiting for the wide swing. Hermione in a beautiful position. If you can actually get hidden, but it's simply not going to happen. 2v5. And again, this is insane. This is just nuts. I mean, Team Conflicted on the eco. I mean, they look a whole lot more confident, to say the least. But now that they have the rifles in their hands, they just get picked apart bit by bit. So Dream getting caught. He's not exactly going to die, but Mills gets the first frag, and Ajax is there to help out for the second. 4 players survive for Team Verum. Their economy is chilling. And Team Conflicted, I mean, their name rings real true with this buy. I think 2 or 3 players actually had cash into this round. Indeed, 3. So they have to redistribute that in an instant as Team Verum. I mean, actually talking tactically thus far, we haven't seen Team Verum go for any set takes. A lot of these rounds are being decided by just the 1v1s, and, well, whatever happens, happens in a sense. Nico PZ, he knows exactly what that sentiment looks like and feels like. Whatever happens, happens. Spray through the smoke, just a little bit of a spam. He gets the kill, it's whatever. We take those. It's a trade for a 4-on-4. Double pits. One making his way up. Banana. Nico PZ gets called out, but Subarashi still gets the kill anyways. Bomb was spotted down in mid, so that could be a good bit of really fake in a sense, or hard lurk. But speaking of hard lurk, it's really going to come down to Mirth. Mirth could get all the information on planet Earth, just looking out for a couple of rotations that could go down over towards that A site. With a bomb being down over towards mid, Mirth, it is all his job. But instead, he's not going to get a single one of them. You gotta feel for the man, as now it's just down to the B sites, where Ram, stuck now in a 1v2. Ajax making his way through, one in Xbox, and he finds him. Sorry, not Xbox, new box. So Dream, alongside Hermione, all in their spawn, and oh, Subarashi, so clean, so stellar, make it a 4-piece. 8-2 Team Verum, and everyone's popping off for this squad. Speaking of 4-piece, I wasn't able to eat dinner before this, so I ended up getting some chicken nuggets. So do not be surprised if I'm just like eating during the game, or if I'm just quiet. Just a heads up. Not exactly a 4 for 4, but a 4-pack of frags. As, at least now in this round. Team Verum. They already have the 1-man advantage, restricting Conflicted down to 4 players. In fact, there's 2 players still on those pistols. But remember the power that these players actually have with those sidearms. Could come into play once again, but Hermione with that 5-7 can't come up big. And instead now, it's just... ends up getting taken down. Nico and Ram trying to make their way through. Ram. This could be big, but what? Jonesy. What? Jonesy got the kill in mid and instantly started spraying down Arch. How in the world does that happen? Well, I said earlier, it is what it is. 92, match is paused. Tactical timeout. Yes, sir, this is a best of 1. Of course, this is just the regular season of ESEA Advanced, meaning that every game is a best of 1. Now it's time to eat some chicken nuggets. No, actually, I prefer to eat the fries first. I don't know if that's just me. It might just be a me thing. It might be weird. You can tell that there's not much to talk about. Because like I mentioned before, this entire game has really just been about the pure 1v1s. And just early contact in a sense. So Team Conflicted, they wanted to take way too much early choke point control, and that is taking so much away from the late round potential in a sense. It is working from round to round, like we're seeing from the banana oppression, and same thing with just overall short presence. But Team Verum, they're doing they're just doing a stellar job of just keeping up their aim. Jonesy's on fire, Ajax, Mills, Subarashi, all with a high amount of frags. Mirth may be at the bottom, but he is at the top of my heart. What the? What? Last, did you go over to the Team Liquid account? What? How do you have this much power? Why do you have this much power? Well, now that you say so, fries first is sacred. And I do indeed agree. I think that does mean that I do somehow get a better chance of getting sponsored by Team Liquid at some point, you know? Because I do agree with their morals. I am very much a brand ambassador of the Team Liquid morality. So My DMs are open. Boy. I don't think this is a attack pause either. Technical pause, most likely, here on the server. Last, again, you have way too much power, dude. I think they gotta keep you on a leash. Because that's such a flex. So you go into like any Twitch chat, bro, you could bait someone so hard with that. Although you actually have no power. It is what it is. Speaking of no power, conflicted with some of these rounds. No way that they can come back. At least in this half, I would like to think. The second half would be a nice reset for them. Because like I mentioned before, they're not playing too disciplined in a sense. And Team Verum, they keep punishing them for it every round. Thank you to the following people for their follows. Thank you to Che Shay. Thank you to Ragnarok XYZ. Thank you to Kakayo for your follows. Thank you guys so much for following the channel. Again, this is the second broadcast on the channel. If you guys don't know who I am, my name is UpMind. I am a Brazilian-American esports commentator and sports commentator. I commentate a plethora of games, including Counter-Strike and Valorant. Just earlier today, I was commentating for a tournament, for the Pittsburgh Knights. So if you guys want to check out any more of my content or any of my casts, please follow me on Twitter at @UpMind_. And I also wanted to thank Team Verum, of course, the organization, for having me on this week. I will most likely be doing more broadcasts throughout the season, especially the marquee game coming up on Wednesday, folks. This Wednesday night, we have Team Verum versus one of the best teams currently in the North American area, but certainly not a North American squad. It's none other than Pain Gaming. Same time, 10 p.m. EST. You guys do not want to miss it. Of course, follow the channel, as it is brand new. We're still trying to get a little bit of an audience here. Of course, I'm not associated with Team Verum by any means, but I want to see them succeed. So should you guys. A grassroots organization based out of Florida. Thank you to Magoo and Grand for actually contacting me and having me out. And having just a whole lot of hospitality in general. With commiserations aside, Team Conflicted having a little bit of a tough time. Team Verum, they looked, of course, they look very cautious in actually going over towards that A site. But I think more importantly, we have still 2 players over towards their spawn. Again, very fast rotations, but very fast frags. We have 2 of them thus far. Coming in between both sides. But in the end, the man advantage does go back over towards Team Verum. But now in comes Just, getting a second kill actually over onto Ajax. Good one back onto Jonesy as he lurks over towards site. And oh my, this could be massive. Look out for Ram. Ram's in the smoke, waiting for the opportunity. Mills and Subarashi, they have no clue. Ram gets one. Stays disciplined, but there's still more work to be done. As a 2v1 goes by, but Subarashi gets him. Team Verum with the 10th round. Now, what on earth is this from Conflicted? First of all, Just, you absolute legend. What a shot down mid. With a scout, no less. But a P90 actually in the menu for these guys. And, well, Mirth. A couple of lead bullets to the face. Works out perfectly in his favor for a beautiful concoction. As now Ram, the last person remaining over towards this A side, is actually going to get taken down by Mirth. Mirth run around. He's catching up in the frag department, to say the least. Watch out for Nico PZ on that P90. That's a tough one, to say the least. Was Jonesy waiting out for his opportunity? On to Nico, and indeed he finds it. One last person remaining is Hermione. I was talking about concoctions, and at this point has to be cooking a whole lot more to really get something done. As he does take down Mirth, but Subarashi is there for the return frag. 11-2 with 2 rounds left in the half. Thank you to JB_S and unknown 0617 for the follows. 617 just so happens to be the area code of Boston, Massachusetts, or just the prefix number for Boston, Massachusetts. So if that's what it's in reference to, shoutouts to my Bostonians. Shoutouts to those from New England. Early round, however, you do have Nico actually taking down Subarashi. Lots of pressure over towards the mid area, with Nico actually getting taken down too over towards apartments. You still have So Dream waiting up over towards Boiler, with a whole lot of noise being made over towards mid. But I think he's really just going to have to be a one-man band, because Ram has 64 bullets and he might be scared to actually use them. Never mind. He's not scared at all. He's actually trying to make his way through this smoke. Ajax looking around the corner. Ram is just waiting. He actually gets bumped into. Oh, what on earth? What on earth is going on? They bumped into each other. They just walked away. Does Ajax have any clue? Indeed he does. What is going on? Hermione 1v4. Make it a 1v3. Trying to take down Jonesy. Jonesy is not dead. Hermione thought that it was done, but Jonesy confirms the frag at the end of things. 12-2. This one seems to be going by quick and conflicted. They can't get anything going with their cash. Lots of rounds where, again, it might just seem like a lack of communication, a little bit too puggy. And again, I don't mind that, because a lot of these teams in the first place, they're more pug squads. Not exactly too many scrims, not too much experience with one another. So you can't really take it away from them for what would be a one game false play, but bad days happen, folks. But the day is not over. Still 12-2. Still a couple of rounds to go, but this round almost seems just about done and dusted. As how does Hermione do it? How does he always end up with a 5-7? And how with a 5-7 is Hermione tied for top frag on this team? I do not know. But what I do know is that the score is 13-2, going over towards Team Verum. Last man standing with a 5-7. As always, it's like a... I'm not going to call it out as bait. It almost seems like... Because they were on the CT side, of course, I would like to think that it's more just being the hard anchor of a site. That's really what a 5-7 is pretty much good for. It's good for finishing off a couple of kills. But you would like to really see it being comboed out with a rifle and actually being the one on the front line instead. So it's a little bit of a conflict of interest. It's hard. It's a difficult dynamic, to say the least. But on this pistol round, where you expect the 5-7 to come out into play, of course it won't, ladies and gentlemen. That's just how economy works. You want that armor, especially if you're on the T side. But for the CT side, it's a little bit more muddied. You do have, of course, all USBs down the line, but with a little bit of util, they actually want to make these takes worth it. So it's going to be down to Subarashi and Mills to really make their way through and to try to hold back the line. Ajax around the corner. In we go. Ajax takes down Hermione and just still around the corner. Mills still now in a 1v4. Gonna make it a 1v3. Still around the corner trying to go for the knife. Mills gets it. What an absolute legend. He equalizes it. He gets a lot of cash, but not exactly going to put his team in the best of positions, as Ram gets a kill on the back line. Mirth, 1v2. His stats haven't really been up to par for the squad, and maybe his HP might not be either. Still a chance, though. 55 HP to go. A couple of headshots should do it. Waiting for Nico to really peek out. He spots his hat. And actually, what on earth? What on earth? They line up for him! What are they doing? Nico now, 7 HP. Mirth is going for it. trying to get this frag. He gets it. Does he have time? No, he does not. No, he does not. Oh, Mirth. So close, but no cigar. Team conflicted. I mean, what just happened? You got a knife, you got a boost on site. I mean, you got everything. And what you do have is a round win for conflicted. I think we've seen it all. Early scout kill from Hermione. It's a massive shot down mid, considering the fact that most of these players for Team Verum are without any armor. So one tap to the body should just be about enough. This crossfire over on B shouldn't really do all too much, but again, it's just Team Verum on an eco. You take what you can get, especially when it comes to economic damage. You want to take away some of these SMGs and force conflicted to really economically reinvest, but okay, with some rifles on the floor, this could get a little bit more messy. Subarashi, well, they didn't peek him out. They have no clue he's here. I don't think he's fired a bullet yet, so if he chills out here, he might be able to take down yet another player and make this even more expensive for conflicted, but they're backing away. Mills, you gotta watch out. He's got the 5-7 in. What on earth, Subarashi? He's pretty much the only man here, and he's backing on out. He picks up the deagle, still running on away, looking for a couple of headshots. In comes Ram around the corner, gonna be able to get one. Still a lot of damage done by Subarashi as he's still able to get a frag back. Mills now 1v3, 5-7 long range. There's even an SG looking down the sight in CT, so it's a tough position to say the least. But Mills, who knows? He's in a good exit spot. He almost definitely never needs to go for this. He certainly can't win it, or certainly has a low chance of doing so. But Mills can certainly just chill out and just wait for the economy to essentially come to him. Instead, with the players backing on away over towards Banana, Mills has no targets, and Mills has no more extra cash. 13-4. Oh, no, man. I haven't said anything. And there's already quite a bit of entertainment in the round. Oh, my God, Hermione. Well, that's a feels bad, folks. Because now both Nico PZ and Just are down to extremely low HP. And Team Conflicted, I mean, usually when we talk about things that would lead to a round being over or a round being lost, we usually like to take things very tactically. But in this one, it seems almost as easy as... Yeah, hate to see it. So with a frag back and a miss nade and a miss smoke, it's down to 3 players for conflicted with barely any util. And they're going to have to bail off of this B take because they're missing one critical piece of that util. Not only that, but a smoke over towards Banana, covered up by the CTs. Well, that is just going to delay this take a whole lot more, meaning that all of these smokes, they are gone. And with 30 seconds left, their hope might be gone too. Hello, Subarashi takes down Justin. Now Ram in a 1v5 takes down 2. Mills gets the frag back onto Ram. So just like that, 14-4 in light work fashion for Team Verum. Not exactly because they influenced it, but still light work. buys going through. And Team Conflicted, although they ended up winning, if I'm not mistaken, 3 rounds in a row, I would like to say. Yeah, their cash, not great at all. And they have to go for what would be the most scattered buy that we've seen yet. It's double, well, it's single scout, single op, and even then Team Verum with two FAMASs or 2 FAMI make their way through, and they already get 2 frags. Nico, Hermione, just 3 different guns and 3 different opportunities to get frags, as they're all split up. One person in mid. Mills might have a massive opportunity to get a kill, but even then, it's going to be down to Subarashi and Mirth over in Banana to really get the chunk of the damage. Unless Conflicted double back, which indeed they are. Mills is going to be able to get the frag. Subarashi gets one back off the trade onto Just. Hermione looking out for something with that scout, but he just gets double tapped. Team Verum 15-4. This might just be it, folks, for those tuning in into twitch.tv/TVerum. You're witnessing what is a lot more of an established win for Team Verum if they end up taking it away here, with Conflicted down to a couple of pistols and a sawed-off of all things. This one just seems like a rush. But where so, we have no clue. But oh my lord, what is going on? Actually, what just happened? One person rushing up Banana. He goes down in drastic fashion. And actually, it's Jonesy. Wow, Jonesy with a wide peak. Gonna be able to get 2. Now, last person remaining is Ram. Oh, boy, folks. Very anticlimactic, in a sense, but it is what it is. Is Ram cooking? What's he cooking? What the dog doing? What do you think he would make? Ram in the kitchen. What could he possibly make? Could get some McDonald's or something of the sort and just skip the cooking in general. Or he could get some frags up. Who knows? Guess one. 30 seconds left. And that's it for the round. That's it for the game. Folks, that is it. Team Verum taking it all away from Conflicted. And, wow. Not too much action, to say the least. Not too much of a fight. We expected a little bit more, but it is what it is. It's good to see Team Verum actually at the top of their game. I mean, Conflicted is the same team that ended up beating UYU just a couple of days ago in overtime fashion. So Team Verum definitely putting themselves in their rightful position as one of the teams really looking for playoffs this season and looking to make a deep run in it at that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Of course, this one was a really short one, but we, of course, appreciate your support each and every broadcast. Wanted to thank the players who are actually still around, I guess. The players who played today, and also one of the players in chat. Shout out to Mills. GG's, buddy. Thank you to Last. Thank you to Jorginho. And thank you to everyone else that came by for this game. That's what it is. It's just another one of those games where it's a pug. It's a game of MM. It's not that much to worry about. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for watching. Commiserations to Conflicted. Congrats to Team Verum. And we'll see you guys next time.